what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, he's back from the dead. Your show. Putting it on the map, yeah. Saskatoon. Right next to New York. New York. Yeah, what show, yeah. Your show. What time is it? Your show. Yeah, time to talk some shit, yeah. Your show.
You've tuned in, yeah?
Yeah, fun Maggie. Bark, bark, wolf, wolf, who wants a treat, yeah? Keep listening.
Hello again and welcome into the Thursday edition of your show. My name is Gary. I am your host, and so happy to have you here along for this incredible ride as we continue to grow and become the true voice of this lovely city that we just, appreciate so damn much. It's a true honor. Still, as far as we know, the only show going live originating out of Saskatoon, 4 to 5 p.m., Monday to Friday. That means it is scheduled viewing, and always proud to be able to say that because we're doing something different. We also have a camera that is going to be a very tough cam today as we got a feisty pupper on our hands. But we're going to go to it, and we're going to see how this goes. Got LB on the ones and twos today, so he's going to be on his toes for this edition of the Maggie Cam. Look at that girl. Marge, you're looking the wrong way. Yeah, there you are. Oh, easy, easy, easy. Here we go. That's pretty good. Beautiful dog. Absolutely beautiful. The Maggie Cam, as always, proudly brought to you by our fantastic friends over at Pet Planet on 8th Street. They are your pet's natural grocer. Mike and Rochelle run the place. They are absolute angels in human form. When you walk through those doors, you're greeted by their beautiful dog, Leroy. Leroy will walk you through the whole store, show you what's going on. Whether you're looking for a cleaning station, the best in the biz, right at the back. That one's right next to the fridges full of raw foods. If you're looking to change your puppy's diet, they got you covered there. Along those walls, you got your puppy beds, you got your jungle gyms for climbing around. And then there's the treats. Every Tuesday, they got deals on treats. They got buckets full of them all over the entire store, as well as toys everywhere. All the fun toys you can handle, all the tools and utensils you need to make sure you're maintaining a very healthy yard and a healthy animal, and so much more. They got clothes for your animals. They got all the food you can handle. They got medicines. They can license your dog. And if they don't have what you're looking for, they will order it for you because, again, they are angels in human form. Remember that. As well, they're open after hours and on weekends, thanks to Kirsten and Chris. All of this and so much more waiting for you. Thanks to our friends over at Pet Planet on 8th Street. Your pet's natural grocer. I don't want this Maggie Cam to end. You think she'll doze off? What do you think the odds are that she's going to doze? She's looking like she might go. Go on, Marge. It's okay. You can take a nap now. She just loves that AC on there. All right, we're not going to get her. Although it wouldn't be the worst thing if we sat here all day with just a Maggie Cam, hey? Maybe one day we'll do just a Maggie Cam show. We'll talk around it. Meatballs? Oh. We got a special guest in studio today. Very excited to check in with him. We'll have another one stopping by a little bit later. LB is doing something. Oh, I was going to be on the Maggie Cam. That was so cool. Oh, are we focused? Oh, it's one of these things again. Is that a tease? I thought that was a teaser for the 13th Melon debut tonight, baby. Very excited for that. More information on that as well coming up. Right now, though, I think we are ready. Are we ready to get into our Thursday tradition around here? All right, ladies and gentlemen, in case you're wondering what day it is, we're here to help. Take it away. Your Thursday alarm clock has arrived. He's been missing for a while.
Right.
We didn't know what to do, didn't know what day it was, but he is back. CTV's Matt Young in the house.
Yeah. Good
home,
to be back.
brother.
Yeah,
How you doing? How's things?
I'm doing great. It's been a crazy couple of weeks. I wasn't here the last two Thursdays. 2 weeks ago I was sick because I was a cold, but I'm back. And now last week just a whole lot going on. Of course, we're covering the wildfires up north. By the way, if you can donate, a lot of the folks up there desperately need it, and pray for rain. That's important. But we're covering that very much there at ctvnews.ca Saskatoon. Of course, your local news at 6 o'clock. So that was busy too. But I'm back today, and I'm really excited about this because there's some big video game news today. Some sort of console came out. I heard about something like that. I wonder what it was.
I bet you it was really cheap.
Yeah, it didn't cost nothing,
and
right?
Accessible to everybody.
Yeah, everybody got one, as they all do, right? So how have you been doing? Okay?
Oh, yeah, we're doing good here.
That's good.
We're crushing it. We got new shows coming in, a lot of fun, a lot of people joining the family, so it's really
There
exciting.
you go. Well, there you go.
Very
Well,
cool.
I love being part of the family. This is great.
Yeah.
We like to talk, as you know, about gaming, modding gaming, video games, and local sports, because I do a ton of that, and so do you, and of course, that's great. So I thought today we'd look at a couple of games that we're going to say some happy birthdays to.
I love these birthdays.
And then we're gonna preview next week's show because we got something really cool involving Saskatoon in a video game, in a nationally released video game that you're gonna probably love to. So you want to stick around for that for sure.
Teaser.
That'll be next week. Yes. So let's get it on, and we're gonna start here with a Super Nintendo game.
I love it.
Think of the world back in 1995. I mean, you had, it was kind of weird. You had no internet. Nobody had internet.
I'll tell you what I did have.
What did you have?
Grade 7, going to John Lake School, and I had NHL 95 on
there
my
you
Super
go.
Nintendo that I played all the time.
You had NHL 95, and you were using a VCR on a TV that maybe had 30 channels, and it was,
lucky.
man, if you were lucky, it was bigger than 20 inches, right? That was huge back in
Absolutely.
1995. Now we got like, what, 50-inch TVs?
Yeah, and they cost half the price.
There
that
you
they
go,
cost
and
for those
like
old ones.
you got like 10 of them in your house now, right?
Crazy.
Well, back then you might have had a Super Nintendo, and you probably, if you're lucky, you played this game here, Earthbound. That's right. This game was released in 1995 in North America. This week in 1995, Earthbound came out for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. We got it playing up here on the monitor, and this game was a classic. Did you ever play Earthbound?
I'm so happy you asked. I rented it with my buddy Boontis. We went and to Family Video. We got it. And then it was, remember the big giant box?
Yeah.
And it's like, what is going on here? It was a game so complicated that it had to come with this giant guide as well.
Yes.
And it was too overwhelming. And I wasn't aware of RPGs at the time. So I was like, what the hell is
They were
this?
kind of new back then.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was way beyond my little brain at the time.
Yeah.
So now this is one of the games that I want to play on our Twitch stream.
There you go.
We're going to get into this because it's going to be one we're going to tackle.
It's, you know what? So you're right. It's a role-playing game. It was a massive game. It was a big game. It actually took 5 years to make. In fact, it took so long to make, there are actually threats of it being canceled at some points. It was almost not going to come out because it was just taking way too long. But you can see, which back then, for a role-playing game on a 16-bit system, this was pretty good. It involves basically a young boy named Ness and his friends who got to, travel the world, and they got to collect melodies and defeat the evil Gaius. That's right. Now, this game, it actually sold really well when it was released in Japan. It came out in North America afterwards in 1995. It actually didn't sell a ton in North America.
Because the marketing. Remember
That's
that?
right.
They in the Nintendo Power, it'd be like, this game stinks, and you'd have like scratch and sniff, and it'd be like stinky scratch and sniff.
Yep.
And they marketed it so horribly to just make you think the game was garbage when it's one of like the all-time classics.
You know what? That's why sometimes you can't really trust the reviews because once people who've played Earthbound, a lot of them, it's developed quite a niche following, and it's become a popular game.
That's the craziest part is I've never played it, but I've watched walkthroughs and playthroughs so many times. I know the entire story. I know, like in Japan, it's the series is called Mother.
Yep.
So there was Mother 1, and this was Mother 2, and then there was a Mother 3 that also didn't get made. That sort of came out.
That's right.
And the reason that we never got those in North America is because we weren't smart enough.
That's right.
Too hard of
you know what? And that's because in Japan, they took their games really seriously. Like they made, there are actually a lot of games that came out in Japan that never came here just because they felt
we wouldn't
Us
get
Canadians
it.
wouldn't be very good at it.
Yeah.
We're simple. So,
and in my case, they were right.
That's right. Well, in
crazy
my
part.
case, a lot of times too. So Earthbound now. I mean,
Amazing story.
this game here, you can find it at used game places if you can get it. I recommend picking it up because it is fun. It takes a long time to play, but it's a great RPG, and it is a popular Super Nintendo game that a lot of people who have played it, because not a whole lot of people bought it, but the guys who did, a lot of them said, "What do you mean it stinks? This is a fun game. It's hard, but it's fun." It's a little bit like, I want to say, a super souped up version of Zelda.
Oh, yeah.
Is probably what I was. Zelda on steroids. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. So happy birthday to Earthbound, released in 1995. This week in 1995, 30 years ago. Man, going back in time. I love it.
I'm gonna play that. I'm very excited. I'm gonna beat that game.
Well, we'll
on
get
Twitch.
it. Get it
That's
on your
gonna be amazing.
on your Twitch stream, and I'm gonna watch that. I'll tweet it out when you start going.
Perfect.
So
That sounds great.
that's great. Now, well, let's stick with the theme here because we're talking about games that were released in Japan that were never released in North America because at the time they thought it'd be way too hard.
Yeah.
Right. So this is one that some people might have played out there. It eventually did come to North America, but it was in a really different format. And of course, what are we going to talk about? We're talking about Super Mario Brothers Lost Levels. We have it right here up on the screen. Super Mario Brothers Lost Levels.
Now this was a legend.
Yes.
Back in the day, like no one actually believed this existed because we already had Super Mario Brothers.
That's
2.
right. That's right. So this game here, a lot of people remember Super Mario 1.
Yes.
This is essentially Super Mario 2 in Japan.
Yeah.
And it was never brought to North America because, again, it was one of those games that was
hard.
way too big and it'd be way too hard. And they're not going to want to buy it and they're not going to want to play it.
Yeah.
So this game was released in 1986 this week for NES in Japan.
Yes.
Now,
Never here.
Now, it was never released in Canada or the United States. It was eventually ported to the SNES, though, in the form of Super Mario All-Stars. Some people might remember that. Yeah. So you could play it on Super Mario All-Stars, along with Mario 1, Mario 2, Mario 3, the North American versions, and the Super Nintendo one as well. Now, in this game here, people might not know, Mario can actually, there's different skill sets. Mario can stop quicker, like stop on a dime, and Luigi can jump a little higher. Right? So if you wanted the jumping skills, you want Luigi. If you're trying to sort of dodge enemies, Mario would probably be better for that. Yep. And there's also the classic enemies, but then there's like backwards warp zones and poison mushrooms that actually shrink you. So that's what made the game much harder. Yeah. And I remember actually playing this for Super Mario All-Stars, and it was hard. Yeah. Like they were right.
Exactly. Another great example of them being right. And the confusion around it, I remember for so long, because we all played Super Mario Brothers 2.
That's right.
Which was actually Doki Doki Panic.
Doki Doki, that's right.
Which they put just a basic screen over top and said, it's Mario.
Yeah, and it wasn't, but they did that, right?
And now it's like one of the all-time greats.
Yeah, it is. It is.
The crazy part about that whole
Exactly.
dynamic.
It's interesting how games evolve and how they change and why some games are released in some areas and not others. And by the way, I'm working on getting some Japan-only exclusives to demonstrate for like Nintendo 64 and Super Nintendo. So, by the way, if you've played Super Mario Brothers Lost Levels, I would be interested to know how long it took because this game was not like, it looks like Super Mario 1, but it's like a million times harder.
That is for sure.
So happy birthday to Super Mario Brothers Lost Levels. Now, of course, I think at the top of the show, we talked a little bit about there's this video game system that came out today.
What is that?
It's called Switch 2. Nintendo Switch 2 came out today. People were able to get one. I actually have held it in my hands already. I have a colleague that got one.
Very jealous.
Oh, yes, I am. I wanted to sneak off with it, but that wasn't happening. But it looks great. It feels great. Now, these game systems are not cheap. Video game systems systems now, you're looking at a Nintendo Switch.
Sell the house to play the games.
Yeah, well, and sometimes you have to do that, unfortunately, but priorities, right?
Yeah,
So, so Nintendo Switch came out today, and of course, the big game that everybody wants, the pack-in game, is Mario Kart World,
That's
right?
the one.
So, and of course, another addition to the long line of Super Mario Kart games. But I'm looking forward to see what kind of other games come out. I'm expecting probably some Marios, probably some Sonics. Will come out with that. They're probably going to do some sports, Nintendo-themed sports style games and things like that. And of course, there'll be a lot of downloadable content. I've held it, and the Joy-Con controllers, they're magnetic. They snap in real well. So that's kind of nice there. And so far, the folks that I've talked to, which is not very many, because just came out. I mean, you're going to have your sort of your national columnists that are going to say what they want. My guys, so far, they like it. So I am going to have to be a little cheap and lean and save some cash, because I think for the holiday season, if someone doesn't buy it for me for Christmas, I might have to get my own Christmas gift, or maybe write a letter to Santa. We've been real good this year. Me and Gary, we've done a great job.
Really hard,
so Santa, can you send us a Nintendo Switch? So that's probably what I'm going to be doing. But yeah, I want to get one too. It came out today. There you go. Look at that. He wore them already. He's already waiting for one.
Right. Christmas starts early around here.
So so Nintendo Switch will come out again. So far, I haven't heard about it being real hard to get.
Yeah,
now,
that's interesting, isn't it?
Maybe that's because they've released it in the summer,
and it's so expensive. And maybe the price finally has done something.
Well, and I found it odd because typically video game systems, you release them close to the fall or the holidays when people are sort of like
ready to get them.
In the summer right now, maybe just not a lot of people are they're getting ready for the beach. I don't know if but maybe, I don't know, there could be a strategy behind that. But so far I've heard that it's not too hard. It's not easy, but it's not too hard to get one. But it could be, depending on how fast people get wind of what's going on in that. So Nintendo Switch 2 comes out today. And you know what? In about 10 or 20 years, when we're still here, we're going to do the Nintendo Switch 2 anniversary. And maybe we'll play a clip from this show. Save this. So in 20 years, we can do like a little look back.
I love that. Local sports time, my friend. What do we got?
Well, tons of stuff. I cover some local sports too, of course. So Rider home opener tonight.
Ooh, we got our Rider
home
show.
opener.
It's going on the 13th Melon.
There you go.
Me and LB will be in the studio here.
Yes.
And it's a watch party. So we watch the game, and then you can log in with your phone or your iPad or whatever and chat about the game with us.
I
and
love it.
Stuff. It's going to be a lot of fun. So we're getting ready for that tonight. 6:30. That's when that gets going.
There you go. So the Riders playing tonight against the Ottawa Redblacks. It is the first time, I want to say since 2002, that they've opened up the season against Ottawa. So kind of a little history here. We'll see if they can beat the Ottawa Redblacks. The Saskatoon Berries are going. It was a bit of a tough start. Came back with some wins. Baseball is back at Cairns Field. And they're going to be on the road for a little while on the weekend, but then they're back home, I believe, on Tuesday next week. So the Saskatoon Berries are rolling. It's been a while because I wasn't here. Look, props to the Rush. They got to the final. I mean, it's hard. That NLL league is tough.
They were 2 quarters away.
They were 2 quarters away. Tough second half, but congratulations to the Rush on a fantastic season. And they are, if you talk to like some of the guys involved, Cody Jansen or anybody else, they're set up. Like they're going to have a good team for the next couple of seasons. So get ready for more Rush. And the Saskatchewan Rattlers, a bit of a tough start for them, but they're going at SaskTel Center, and tickets are looking. Attendance is looking good for their June 8th game.
I love
In fact, it's quite possible that they could have one of their higher attended games this year on June 8th. So get out, get some tickets for the Saskatchewan Rattlers. And then in about 2 months, we'll be talking some Hilltops football. But in the meantime, the Riders are setting up. Do you pick a score for the game?
I'm going to have to. I don't know what I'm going to say, though.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this. So,
I'm going to use whatever you say.
So, okay. Well, here's what I think. And I mean, it's always tough at the start of the season because there's question marks. Who's going to do well and that sort of thing. So week one's always difficult to predict. I think the Riders will pull off a win. I think they're going to win. And I'm going to say this right now. The score will be 23-19.
I love it.
I like a 23, a close game. I think the Riders, you know them. They can kind of have those slow starts, but I think that first game of the year. Might be some jitters, but I think they can pull off a 23-19 win over the Ottawa Red Blacks tonight at Mosaic Stadium. And tickets remaining. Get out there and get your tickets if you want to go. But I'll pull 23-19 Riders, and I hope I'm right on that.
I'm going to steal it, and I'm going to use that on the 13th Melon later tonight.
There you go. There you go.
CTV. His name is Matt Young. Every Thursday he joins us. Always appreciate it, brother. Thank
Absolutely.
you so much, and we'll see you next week.
For sure.
There you go. CTV's Matt Young in the house as we continue on the Thursday edition of your show. You'll notice that we have shifted up the setup a little bit because our first guest of the day after CTV's Matt Young has arrived. He is a man that you know from a show called Recovery with Cal, another show called The Water Sliding Bros, as well, a regular on the Friday Fun Table. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Seahawk! My man!
Yeah, it's been a long time
You're
since
back.
I've been in the studio.
See, and you know,
I was jacked to come in.
it's been too long because I see you've been rebelling against society and got your ears pierced. You're turning into a badass.
Yeah.
That's
I got
amazing.
both.
Look at
Let's see.
those. They look so good, dude.
They're little wee studs.
And you're trying, it's like us.
Yeah. That's right.
And you're trying to tell me that it didn't hurt.
No, it didn't hurt. I was like expecting this to be like a excruciating pain.
Yeah, well, that's what you always hear, right?
Yeah. I don't know if it's like, maybe I've been like numb to pain.
Maybe you're a pain expert now.
Yeah, it could be.
Lord knows you've been through a lot.
It could have
and
been
are
that
still going through a lot.
I may have been on some other medication at the time.
Here.
Like, like
Yeah.
nerve pain medication
Yes.
or whatever, all the other.
You're like a Superman
yeah,
in there.
yeah,
They're waiting
but-
for you to squeal and you just laugh in their face. Like, I can't feel anything.
So my daughter Tegan she's like, hey Dad, we're gonna get our ears pierced. You wanna get your ears pierced?
I love
And
that.
I thought, well, what the heck?
Why not?
You only live twice.
That's it. Either James
I'm
Bond.
doing it.
You
I'm like,
only live twice. That's
yeah.
a good show.
So like
love it. It's a
all the
great
girls
look.
got they're all getting like their second ears,
Ah,
like second piercing or whatever.
yeah.
I thought, yeah,
Why not?
Yeah, I'll do it. Like, I guess I don't like it. They just like, grow out.
You should take them out. Yeah, it's
Just
real easy.
Take them out. And
That's
they,
it.
You just have like
And then
little.
they grow back in and you're all good.
What are those
easy.
things like when you smile? You got like
Dimples.
Dimples. Like they're just like new little dimples on your
Cute
ears
little
or
ear
something
dimples.
like that.
I like that. I like the way you're thinking. How have you been, buddy? We've missed you around here. You know, everyone's always asking about the old Seahawk.
Oh, totally. Yeah. So I moved up to PA officially.
Yes. How is the new home?
Oh man, it's so nice to be home with your family.
You're here.
Like I was chatting with my wife Laura, and I was like, you know what? It's been half a year since I've been home.
That's something
It's
weird
like
to think about,
it's
isn't
like
it?
it's so crazy to think
Yeah.
about it. So
how's the lifts work? Everything getting settled in? Like you're moving around, you're mobile in there?
the house is still a construction
Okay.
zone, but
Which is great
Yeah.
when you're in a chair, isn't it?
yeah. So okay, so I got my lift to go downstairs, right?
There we go.
Into the basement,
Yeah.
and that was a big deal. So I go downstairs to the basement. I don't know if I told you this story, but I go down to the stairs to the basement, and it's got like pretty plush carpet down there.
Ooh.
So it's like
shag?
well, no, but like more modern than that.
Okay, but enough to slow
like,
you down.
Oh
on
yeah,
that.
like I gotta like it's a workout. Like
Of
if,
course.
if I went down there to like do an exercise and like
Just go down
just
and
like
back and
I'll just
forth.
I'll just like
Rip
wheel
some-
around the couch a few times. Like I would get a good sweat on.
I like that.
So anyway, so I was like, I was down there. It's like in the evening. I was tired. I was gonna watch some TV, and I instead of turning around to go to the couch, I
Yeah.
thought, I'm too lazy. I'm just gonna wheel backwards. So I start wheeling backwards in my chair, and like I gotta push pretty hard. So like I'm really like putting my back into it, so to speak, and I hit like a gaming controller.
Nintendo Switch controller.
Yeah. And I go like full up all the way back, like a turtle with my like legs in the air.
Yeah.
And like,
That was your-
man, I cranked hard on that
Yeah.
on that rug.
Well,
Good
if
thing it
it-
was rug, but like
If
still.
it tossed you out of your chair, clearly you were really yanking there.
Yeah. And so I just like, oh, it happened.
That
You
was
know?
a good run.
Yeah, it was
That
a
was
good
a
run.
really good run for your first fall out of the chair.
Yeah. So like in physical therapy, I've been practicing trying to get back into my chair.
Yeah.
So
Luckily, you had some practice.
yeah. So
So what was the process?
well, I get out of my chair, get like off my back. Laura had to help me out with that.
Hold on, was this like one of those situations where it's like I've fallen and I can't get up? Like, are you screaming, Laura?
Oh, she was right there. She was
okay,
like,
she saw.
yeah,
She
I was
knew the
just
whole time.
like, there's a part of me that's like, number one, kind of embarrassed that
Yeah.
it happened.
That's fair.
Number two, it's like a reality check, like this
yeah.
is my new mobility and this like the risk factors of being in a wheelchair.
Dude.
So I took a moment to like
Assess.
assess the situation and just regroup myself emotionally. And then I was like, all right, you know what? Like my physical therapist, Bonnie, told me this was going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, all right, let's get back into it. So I was able to get back into my
Into the
chair,
chair.
with
That's it.
with the steps that I learned in
Of course.
therapy, right?
That's
So,
the practice.
yeah,
payoff.
no, it's
I
it's
love
good.
that.
So that carpet's
Out of
gone.
here.
It's
Get
gone.
That carpet out of
Yeah.
here. That
The
is
next
a
day,
trap.
I'm like,
Quicksand.
well,
bro.
it
Not for
has
me.
to go. So
Good
yeah,
for you.
so the house
And-
is like it's coming along, man.
Huge shout out to Bonnie as well, because she did a sit down with you for Recovery with
Yes.
Cal, which we're looking very
yeah,
forward
I
to.
was really happy that she did that conversation
Yeah.
with me today, and it was kind of like the last interview that I want to do in the podcast that I'm going to be releasing here.
Very exciting.
And it's going to be kind of like a nice way to kind of end off that the first run of episodes that I want to release.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I'm kind of on like a little bit of a high today,
Hell
and I'm
yeah.
just like
I
feeling
can
good
tell.
about that. So yeah, it was a really good conversation.
I'm very excited to start releasing those as well, because it's like we've talked about it numerous times now. It's unlike anything else we've done here or anything else I've ever been a part of or seen out on the internet, like a full recovery story, not just for you, but for anyone else going through what you've been through and what you continue to go through. And it's like a sort of like a guide to get you on the right track.
Yeah,
And it's very cool
it's
like that.
it's interesting because it kind of started off like more about me, and then as we kind of did like episode after episode, it was like
surrounding
this
circle
isn't
starts to
this
come
doesn't
in,
have
yeah.
doesn't have to be about me.
Yeah.
Like currently it kind of is, but like we just found so many
There's a lot
just
of
like
stories
talking
in there.
points
Yeah, man.
to
So
this
many.
isn't like this is for other people. This is everyone's going through some sort of difficult time in their life
So true.
at some points,
So
like
true. Well, good on you,
Yeah.
buddy. I love it. I'm so excited to launch that. It's going to be very, very cool and an honor to be a part of it as well. So, thank you. As I almost hiccuped. Did you hear that?
yeah,
That's a close one. That's when you go live, sometimes you get hiccups on there. You got to be careful. Speaking of going live, we got live reads for you. You ready?
I know who this is going to be.
Look at that right there.
Yeah,
That's
he's
my
right
man.
there.
Get pre-approved before you shop. That's what it's all about, as the housing market is heating up and homes are selling fast. If you're serious about buying, getting pre-approved isn't just smart, it's essential. All right, Mobile Rente with TMG, the mortgage group, will help you know exactly how much you can afford so you can make strong, confident offers. Like that. He's got access to multiple lenders, so he'll be able to secure the best rates and terms for you, making the process simple and stress-free. Don't lose out on your dream home. Get pre-approved today. That's Mobile Rente, mortgages made simple. Call or text him anytime, 306-370-5804. It's hard to get there. There, got it.
And so many houses are for sale right now.
That's right.
I was
Mobile's
just
there, man. He's
on the
your
way
guy.
over here. I was like, oh man, like there's a lot of places.
That's what he does. A
that
lot
are
of
being
options.
listed, yeah.
That's how it works. So that's a live read. If you feel like you might benefit, or your organization or charity or anything you got going on would benefit from reads like that, getting to know not just your business, but you and what your purpose is and all the other stuff. It's real easy to do. All right? You gonna sing with me? Do you still remember the song? It's been
Oh,
so
yeah,
long.
yeah.
Oh,
I got
he's
it.
ready. He's
Yeah.
been waiting all day for this. Just send us an email to 123 contact at dufferinave.com. Just Cal.
This is the theme song. No, this is the email. That is the theme song. Is that it? Close.
Close. One more try. That is the email. This is the theme song.
Yeah.
Dude, it's like you never left. He's on it. All right, I'm going to send this. You want to pull it? What do you think?
I don't really have too much room.
All right, on 3, 1, 2, 3. Your T-Rex arms,
I'm
bro.
just so close.
You were T-Rex in it. Yeah, this is a new view. We haven't done this one before. We got the website. Look at that. DufferinAv.com with the perfect size street sign. This one's a little easier. We can just give it a little, hey, get out of here. There you go. Well done. And we also have a Twitch stream. The Hansel of Twitch streams, we're calling it, because it is so hot right now. I haven't even hit the air horn yet. An air horn. Give me one of these. Give me one of those. Hit it. Yeah, there you go. That's good. It's right here.
Oh, does it actually make the sound?
Yeah, we can't hear it because we don't have our earpieces in, but it's there. The Twitch stream. Look at that. Twitch.tv/Dufferin Ave Media is where you can find us. Mondays, we do Gaming with Brooksy. Tuesdays, Brando and Gary get good at games. Friday nights, we do Brando and Gary get good at games with guests. Tomorrow night is Friday. We'll be going back into Final Fantasy VI. And we voice all the characters. It's a lot of fun as we get to play all the games we never got to play. I never played Final Fantasy VI before. It's like one of the biggest, most epic games of all time.
Like a huge... How long is that going to take you to do?
I think we're at about 9 or 10 hours currently. Ooh. And I think we're a little under halfway.
Oh, okay.
So, we're getting there.
Yeah,
slowly but surely. All right, I'm going to do this
groovy.
one. You ready? I'm going to toss it. I'm going to grab it. Come here, Mr. Twitch.
Oh, is this
Get
going
out
up?
of here. Yeah, we got it. And another
Get out of here.
Maybe our horns are fun. Oh, now we got phones. Hey, didn't we say turn off the phones in here? Can you imagine if it was one of those places? We go live because we love phone calls. Hey, are our final guests here? I hear people.
Yeah.
We got people? Okay. We're going to make a transition here. I'm going to have to move some stuff around. But we're going to do this. I'm going to be so far away from you now, Cal. Feels a little weird. But, oh, look at that. My man, he's on it. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we now like to call up our final guest to the stage today on this Thursday edition of your show. We got the Seahawk in the house. You know him from all sorts of shows on the network. He is a regular member of this family here. And all around a great human being who we love oh so much. Am I going to have to get up and walk over there? Hello? Hey, there you are. Get up here. Ladies and gentlemen, his name is Johnny Factoid.
Yeah, right on.
Oh, dude,
I've seen this guy before.
I got something for this. Hold on. Oh, hold on. Yes, the Shining Force theme.
I got a
so
theme
check us out.
song
Check
now?
us out. So with that, Johnny Factoid. Perfect. It's very nice. How are you?
Good, and you, buddy?
Very good, thank you.
How
So
goes
nice
the
to see
show?
you. Great show so
Johnny
far. Cal?
Factoid, nice to meet you.
How you doing?
Doing all right.
That's Cal.
Cal.
Hal?
I call him Seahawk.
He looks familiar.
He's
We
been
met
on
before.
He's been on
I
here. Like you
think
probably
so.
have met. See, that's one of the biggest things that happens in the studio now is everybody knows each other, but they just don't know how. And it's
Yeah, I
because they
recognize
all
you.
meet here.
I've never met you, but I've seen
And
you
on the
multiple
shows.
times on the show.
That's
There
it.
you go.
So when Johnny Factoid comes by, and you love this Seahawk, we all get smarter. Back in the day, the old working days when we had a job, Johnny Factoid would come on and he would tell us a story about musicians and or bands, and then we'd learn this fun little story from them, and then we would grow together and become smarter. And that was sort of the gimmick, was we get smarter with Johnny, and then he'd request a song. Now, we don't play songs here, so there's no song requests, but we always love when Johnny comes by with some stories, my friend. What do you got for us today, Johnny
Well,
Factoid?
buddy, today we're talking about the old Elvis Presley.
You love going back
Facts
to the
on
king.
the old the king.
He loves going back to the
Eh?
king. Hell yeah.
Yeah, man.
What do we
I know
got?
your mama, she loves the king, eh?
Her fave all
folks?
time. There you go,
Faves?
Mom. Another shout out.
One
Yeah.
of my favorite colleagues, Brian Swisson, up in PA,
Nice shout out.
is a huge King, like Elvis Presley fan, and every year on Elvis's birthday, he would bring in a cake,
Okay.
and
Come on.
all his students would get a piece of cake.
In honor of the king.
Yeah,
There you go.
Oh,
every
man.
year.
What kind of picture on the cake? Like swinging hips or?
I don't know.
You know, little
So he
blue
always had it
Hawaii.
like written in, like, happy birthday, Elvis Presley. I don't think there was any pictures on
It's
that
not
cake.
as fun, I
Yeah,
guess,
yeah,
but I'll
yeah.
take it. All right.
Nice.
Oh, maybe
Good.
he tried to make like a little like sideburns once. Who knows?
Well, you gotta get fancy with it.
Yeah, I
You're making a
suppose.
birthday cake for the king.
He wasn't making this. He was just buying the cake.
Well, telling someone to make it.
I suppose so.
That's the thing. Like, you know, when people get like those cakes with like wieners on them and stuff, they
Huh.
got some really good
cakes.
cake artwork out there. Is my point. You can
Oh,
do a pretty
yeah.
good
You
Elvis.
can do everything with
Yeah.
cakes, I'm sure. Hey?
All right, Johnny.
Well-
Yeah, exactly. Cake life, man. It's all about it. What do we got about the king today?
Well, we got a few little facts about King. You
Love
know
it.
that in all the songs Elvis made,
I know I'm gonna love this
produced,
because he's got that smile.
You
He's
know,
got that grin.
over 650 songs he recorded. You know,
Crazy.
by
What?
multiple
Yeah.
#1 hits, top 40. He holds records for that
Call
still.
him the king for a reason.
For no reason. Well, did you know he didn't hand or write a single one of those songs?
No.
Don't you
No,
go
I-
breaking our
Hey,
hearts, Johnny
I'm sorry
Factoid.
to tell
no.
you, buddy. But no,
Come on,
he
man.
helped co-wrote a few of them, but in
Okay.
all the songs, the King, he never wrote a single
What?
song by himself.
Well, who the hell is writing for him?
Oh, I don't know, a bunch of people, everybody. Well, he
Everybody.
covered so many songs
Yeah, that's
too,
true,
right?
too.
He was always covering lots of them.
That's a
You
good
know?
point. Yeah.
What else about Elvis? We were talking about. I just watched the movie a few days ago, so
that's why
I
it's
was like,
fresh in your mind.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And
What else
else
do we know?
Well, he was born with a twin brother.
No.
Died at birth though, tragically. Yeah, so he had a
Dude.
twin. That I don't think a lot of people really know
Man.
about that.
Can you imagine if we had two Elvises?
It'd be crazy.
The space-time continuum would
twins,
explode.
twin Elvises. You could be
Yeah.
on 2 shows at once.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be pretty good. That would be pretty good.
Yeah.
So,
What else?
What else do we got about
Well,
Elvis? Anything
we-
about Graceland?
Well, he did Graceland. You know what? I actually read a little
I knew there'd be
factoid about
something.
that
I knew there'd be something.
the other day too. After I was watching the show, he bought that for like $100,000 back in the day. Like, can you imagine
That's so
Graceland?
cheap.
Now,
Yeah.
what it'd be worth to sell?
Man, just selling all the mementos inside could make you billions of dollars.
But I mean, Graceland. It
sprawling
was a huge
compound.
100 grand back then.
Yeah.
was also
a lot.
quite a
Yeah.
bit. So it's not too surprising back then. But now, by today's standard, it'd be like, oh,
Quite a bit.
yeah,
Yeah.
quite a bit. What else were we talking about there, Matt? We were
His
talking
love for Cadillacs.
his Cadillacs, his pink Cadillac. What else? He dyed his hair. Elvis
He
was
didn't
actually
have that
blonde.
jet black hair.
Yeah, he used to dye his hair with like number 50 black, I
You're
believe
really-
it was.
The
think
Elvis
it's the
special,
same as
please.
the-
Give me that number
I think
50
it's the
black.
same as the girlfriend, number 50. Like jet black.
Man,
Well,
you're ruining
You
me.
know, also, did you know that in all the places Elvis played, he only played, all the shows he ever did, he only played outside the U.S. 3 times?
That does not feel
Because
right.
the Colonel would never let him tour, right? He never went on a
yeah.
world tour.
Forgot
He
about how the
never
Colonel
once
ruined his
got
life.
to go out of the
Huh.
country,
Who's the-
except Canada.
Who's the colonel?
He was like his
Manager.
big
Oh,
manager.
okay.
Yeah, and like I guess the story was in the movie they portrayed as like I don't think he was allowed to fly or he was banned from certain things.
The Colonel
The
was?
Colonel was, yeah,
So
for
no one-
some
if he can't
reason.
fly, no one else
So
can fly.
yeah, he figured well the only way to keep Elvis, you know, he didn't want him to go because he figured he'd leave him probably in the end,
Yeah.
right? So he just basically
Poor
kept
Elvis.
him in the United States and
Man.
yeah, he was Vancouver, Toronto, and Ottawa.
Really?
That's
The only
crazy.
other 3
No
cities
kidding.
he ever played
Canada.
outside the U.S.
What?
nuts.
It is pretty crazy to think that, hey?
Man.
Like the biggest star of all time.
And
you
world
know?
renowned around the world. Like
oh,
everybody
like can you
knows
imagine
Elvis
if
Presley.
he went on world tours? Like he would sell out everywhere.
Yeah.
You know?
And you know the others like there's a lot of comparisons that I'm hearing between Mike Tyson, like Iron Mike Tyson, the
Yeah.
greatest to ever box next to like Muhammad Ali, I guess we could say,
Really?
and Elvis, in the fact that stick with me here,
Okay.
Don King
Oh yeah.
kept
Yep.
Mike Tyson down. Don King ruined Mike Tyson's life over and over again, and I think it's the same idea. Like these handlers of these global superstars, they don't want to lose them, so they
Yeah.
do whatever they can to keep them. And I think that's sort of what the dynamic was between the Colonel and Elvis, the same sort of thing.
Yeah. No, I
Which
believe
is
it
sad.
was.
It's
It is
sad seeing these guys
'cause,
prey
you
on
know,
these incredibly talented human beings just for money, money, money.
Yeah, and then by the time Elvis passed, you know, it's too late. You know,
That's it.
too early, right? 40 years old, I think he was, 42, something like that, in that ballpark.
I will say, Fat Elvis made fat sexy.
He
We
did,
got that
yes,
from him.
Yes, he did.
He gave the
he
dad
did gain a
bod.
little weight
He
at
gave
the end,
that
didn't
dad bod out there for all of us
Yeah.
to thrive with nowadays because he was one of those first guys to do that. Oh, he's got a bag.
Elvis records
He's got a bag. Here we
Oh,
go.
nice.
He used to have, this was what I grew up on, man.
This
The
is
old
what I'm
Elvis
talking about.
legendary.
What's better than
package.
Dad's records, hey?
Oh, yeah.
Ron was a big fan.
Oh yeah.
Dad,
I like
Elvis
that.
was the bomb.
Look at that.
And then the gold. I wish I had all three of these.
Are they colored? We had.
Yes. Hey, look at this.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about.
What?
Oh
You
my
know it's
God.
good if it's gold.
That's what I'm
already.
saying. That's the
A
second
gold record.
That's the second album that we've opened up today, like records.
Yeah.
On Tuesday with the All That Angst podcast, Matt from All the Bands brought in his the brand new Propaganda album. And he has the record for it.
Yes.
And his brother and his brother's lovely partner got that for him for his birthday. And we opened it on the air, and we all guessed what color it was. And
Nice.
it was a
gold?
translucent pink,
Oh.
which was super cool. Uncle Mike
Propaganda,
Uncle Mike
eh?
saw on the label though. So he guessed exactly that. We're like, oh my God, how'd you know? I was like, I cheated. It was right on there. I was like, no.
I like how it's like
Records,
a
colored
gold
records.
record because like it's like what you like put behind like in the frame. Like, oh yeah, this is a
That's
gold
it.
record.
That's the thing. I don't know if they started printing them gold once it went gold or if it's
Yeah,
just
maybe.
Oh, yeah.
because we know it's gonna go gold.
I love it though, like the collector's old vinyl edition.
I always thought like old records were always just straight black, but not this
I
one.
don't know. We've
It's
had
gold,
this one
baby.
since I was, this
Yeah,
was a
that's-
Saturday night, record jam
That's
with the
it,
old
the
Schnorr
party.
household,
Hell yeah.
Put this one on and all the
What
other
else you got? I
collections.
see, I see
Look
your
at
hand
this.
on the
Look,
trigger
I
down
have to
there.
bring this one. I found this one in the collection. This was the old childhood.
Oh, the mini
The
pop.
mini pops. Remember the mini pops?
Ooh,
Those
Not
boys are
number
still
one,
going too.
or
They're
not
still
number
going.
2 or 14. This is the original.
oh
Oh
wow.
man, I wonder if that's
Hey.
worth some money. That might be a collector's
Most
item.
Video killed the radio star. Oh god,
Just the
lollipop.
kids
Just
singing the
a
song.
bunch of
Hey, hound dog. Yeah, there
yeah.
he is.
Is that
Yeah,
like
some
do they
Elvis.
do any? Oh yeah, of course they gotta do Elvis. The guy's dressed
Oh,
up as
yeah,
Elvis.
Yeah,
Elvis.
Green Door.
that's
What's
it.
their names? The ABBA.
Oh, I love ABBA. I'm a dancing queen, bro.
Hey.
Hell yeah.
Classic. Yo, I thought I'd bring that one.
Record time with Johnny Factoid.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
Classic records, buddy.
Well, thank you for getting us all caught up with the king as we celebrate Elvis Presley. I know it's not his birthday. It's soon, though, isn't it? I think it's around summertime.
I don't know.
think
I
we got
know he
close.
died on August 16th.
Yeah, 2
I-
days before
because-
my mom's birthday.
Yeah, I know my boy was born August 16th, so I always remember,
Reincarnate.
that. Yeah, maybe. Hey, get Merrick
Imagine
singing.
that.
Hey,
Hell
How old was he? Do you know?
I believe he was
I got it all right here, boys.
41.
Enough with the
42. I know
guessing.
it was
Really?
like early 40s.
Oh, he was born in January. January 8th. There you go.
There we go.
Yeah, Lambie's
We're
got
way
it.
off.
August 16th passed away.
Yeah.
35.
35.
No, 1935.
Okay.
Oh,
What's that?
okay. I was like, what?
That's when he was born.
Yeah.
And he died in 77. I don't got the math for that, boys.
So, yeah,
42?
42.
There
Yeah.
you go. Maybe I did
42
just-
years
42 or
old?
what?
Yeah.
Something like
No kidding.
that. Too young.
That's it.
Yeah, that seems like really young. What's the real deal with how he died, or is he dead?
Do we know that? Like, has that been
Is
confirmed?
he really dead?
I'm
Hasn't
of the
been confirmed.
belief that he's chilling with Tupac, bro. Him, Tupac, and Biggie are just living the life right now,
You never know.
making music
Just
together.
on some island together.
You know,
rocking
imagine
out.
those three like doing a rendition of Hound Dog. That'd be
Jamming
pretty
out.
baller.
You never know. You never
That's
know. I don't know. Maybe he ate too many. What was his favorite?
Bananas,
fried peanut butter or banana
peanut butter,
sandwiches.
Banana sandwiches,
Deep
yeah.
fried?
R-
Absolutely
really?
delicious.
That's why he gained a
That's
few
what we got.
pounds at the end.
Just a tickle.
That, and
Oh.
the drugs and the booze and
Yeah, the good life.
you know.
Well, Johnny
But-
Factoid, I gotta tell you, I'm so happy you made it in. I'm so happy we're all caught up, and we're gonna spend the last quarter of this episode of your show talking about hockey.
Ooh.
We like hockey.
Yes.
Seahawk and
Heck
I,
yeah.
we were in a draft, and we're
Yes.
currently third and second, I believe. Is that
don't know.
correct? Oh, he's gonna
Let
get
me
the stats up here.
let me.
Is that
Check
the old
in
Maisie
on it.
draft?
No, this
No,
was
this is another
this is the
one?
Wing King draft. We did it actually
Oh.
right here in this very studio. It's the first ever
Perfect.
draft we've done in studio, and I took all the Oilers I could.
Did ya?
And
Nice.
I was-
going
I
against
was
the Gall
jealous.
Panthers.
No one on Boston? Oh.
Yeah, and then Marchand is on
I can't
Florida
say
now.
anything.
I'm just so
Poke 'em.
bitter
I
about
can't say a
that.
thing.
At least my Habs made it,
That's
eh?
it. That's-
Quick
you got that.
exit, but
Man,
Didn't
yeah,
expect
like you said,
much.
They're in there.
they were in.
Okay, maybe I'm not as close as I thought I was.
Oh, don't say that.
Gary, you're in second place.
Ooh.
You're behind by
that's all
2
those
points.
Oilers.
I haven't looked at a single time.
Haven't looked at it once?
Nope.
Just
I'm
say
in fifth.
whatever.
And this is what I'm getting into. This goes into the story we're about to share.
I'm still creeping along though.
Not a boy.
Maybe not so much.
So the Oilers, as
Mhm.
right when they started, that first game when they lost 6-3 to the Kings, I watched that, and then I didn't watch a couple, And then I watched another one. They lost. I didn't watch a couple. And then I watched another one. Then I looked at the stats, and all the games I didn't watch, Stuart Skinner had allowed 1 goal in 4 games.
Yep.
All the games I did watch, his goals against was like in the 7th.
The Gary
it was
Kurtz.
insanity. Exactly.
Hey?
So I'm sitting here with this team in this draft thinking, oh man, I wonder where I'm at. But if I look at it, I'm going to jinx him.
Yeah.
Yesterday, game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals, rematch, only the 4th time in the history of hockey that they've gone back-to-back with the Stanley Cup Final. I'm saying I'm not going to watch. I can't watch. They got this far because I didn't watch. I didn't watch a single game. I'm not doing it. As I'm flipping through, I just stop on the game for a second and see the Oilers are up 1-0. And I say, oh my God, why did I do that? Because now I know what's going to happen. Sure enough, I check in again. Oilers down 2-1. Like, I got to stop checking this damn game. What am I doing? Check again. Oilers down 3-2. Like, why? Why am I doing this to myself? And then I see 3-3 going to overtime. And I'm like, well, clearly I can't watch overtime. At least they tied it up. I guess we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
And sure enough, I don't watch a single second. And your Edmonton
Look what
Oilers up
happens.
1
Yeah.
game to nothing over
Right
the Florida
on.
Panthers. The big overtime home win.
Well,
It's so sad that you have this team that you drafted, that you're so excited for, and you don't get to enjoy it.
yeah,
That was a real piss off for
You
me. It
better
still
not
is.
watch any more games.
I
Gary
can't.
watch the finals.
I can't.
Yeah,
Oh, darn.
yeah. Don't
Hey?
watch any of it,
That's it.
Gary.
So I don't have much
Don't want
to
you to
say.
jinx it.
I don't have much to say about the finals, but your thoughts first, Johnny Factoid.
Well-
What's going to happen in this Stanley Cup final between the Panthers and the Oilers?
I don't know. I think it's gonna go to the distance. I think it might
we
be
want
another
7?
game 7.
You
I
know-
really do.
My brother, Davey, my eldest brother, he apparently bought tickets for a game 7 in Edmonton,
Oh, nice.
just in case. he
Yeah.
says, just
Whoa.
in case. And you don't want to know the price on those
No,
tickets.
I do
Pretty
not
sure he
wanna
sold his
know.
house to do it. Like,
Remortgaged
it's
anyway.
insanity,
Hey?
the prices on these tickets.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
if
I
it
can
goes 7, he's
especially
going.
in Edmonton, right?
That's it.
Game 7 will
That's
be
it.
at home in Edmonton, right?
Yeah, so it'll
Yeah.
be it'll
Well-
be very interesting if it goes to 7. But you're calling 7.
I think it just might. I don't know. I don't want it to. I want the Oilers to do it. And, 5 would be nice, but
Do you think that they've become Canada's team? Do you think the country has accepted them?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are on board. I think everybody's just wants Canada to win a cup.
Oh, sure.
Like, bring it home.
Yeah.
Like, why not,
It's
right?
been way too long.
Oh,
Way too long. You remember last time?
I remember that. 11 years old.
Habs fans.
Hey,
I think
Patrick.
the other thing is like everyone. Well, I should say everyone, but most people love Connor McDavid,
Yeah.
right?
It's-
So you want
it's
you
great.
want to see
Draisaitl.
this guy
Yeah.
win. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like even if you don't cheer for the team, like you're like, oh yeah, Connor McDavid, great hockey player, best, or the
It's
best
not
there
even-
is right now.
it's
Like
not even close,
It's like
hey?
you want to see him
Mm-hmm.
win the cup,
Yeah,
right?
that-
Like you're
that dude
rooting
is
for him.
so above and beyond anyone else on earth when it comes to playing hockey. It's you want him to have that achievement. He's done everything else he can. Like the last
Yeah.
thing missing
And
from
look at-
his
just
resume
scored
is
the
that
golden
Stanley
goal
Cup.
a
Yeah.
couple months ago, right?
It's crazy, man. Like he's so unbelievably good. Like I can't remember another time since Gretzky
Yeah,
when
that
you would watch a
somebody
game.
stood out.
And from what my dad tells me, Bobby Orr, the
Yes.
same thing. Where
Well,
those guys
yes.
that were so above and beyond everyone else that when you watch, they're on the ice because they're the one who's
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
miles ahead of everyone else, making
Doing
everything
laps.
happen.
And
Yeah.
then like the overtime goal,
Beautiful.
like he was a huge part in construction that goal. Like
Yeah.
he brought across like into the offensive zone. I love how they just give it to him and he just like gets
He
speed up
scores.
and just like cracks
It's crazy,
cracks
man.
through and then then he drops the puck back and then he's still part of the entire play.
Oh, for sure.
But yeah, watch
Everything
the
goes through
over
him.
like the replay. He brings in the puck, dumps it back. He goes all the way around, like behind the net, comes back, picks up the puck, and then is able to like continue
Says,
the play.
"There you go."
And yeah, I think he dishes it to Draisaitl.
Yeah, and Corey Perry
And
had
Corey
it in there
Perry
too,
had a
yeah.
nice
That-
little
yeah.
play off the boards, a little
Totally.
backhand to him. That was a nice
Yeah.
play.
He's on
Good
our
old
team.
Corey
We got
Perry.
Corey Perry. That's
Yeah.
a great example of
He's got
cheer-
more. What
cheer-
they say? He's got more playoff games now than like most
It's crazy.
franchises since 2000. It's like
It's insane
240
how
something. It's
he's
just getting up
always
there.
Yeah, it's another example of
Wow.
bad human beings. It's so funny how sports makes you forget that people are bad human beings sometimes.
Wow.
You know,
Another
'Cause
thing
that
too.
guy's a pretty not cool
A
dude.
good fact for going for the Oilers is that they said back in the day Gretzky
Here we go.
didn't touch the trophy
Yeah,
for the conference final, right?
Yeah.
Didn't touch it first year, loses.
Yeah.
Next year, he goes and touches it. He wins.
That's it.
And then Crosby did the same thing. Didn't touch
That's
it.
Lose.
Next time, touched it. Won. Last year, they didn't touch it. McDavid didn't touch it. This year, he did. So,
Hey,
See,
I
if that
like
works
that.
out for him.
Yeah, Johnny Factoid comes
No,
through
he's-
again.
that's what he does,
It's
man.
not just
This is what I'm
music.
saying. This is what I'm saying. He's got it all.
That's nice.
See, and that's another thing. See, I always call the conferences. I'm a fan
The
of trying
Wales
to
and the-
the
yes, the
Clarence
classic,
Campbell Conference
yes.
and the Prince of Wales Conference.
Yeah.
I like to keep reminding people that's what it used to be called because that was like the heyday for hockey for me was all of those divisions and all. They can remember the jersey, the All-Star jerseys, like everything was so
yes.
cool. And so yes, touching the Clarence Campbell Trophy seems to be the key to getting into the Stanley Cup. Very excited. So you're saying it's going to go 7. Seahawk, what do you got? How many games?
Oh, I think the Oilers they're gonna take it before 7. I'm gonna go 6.
6 games.
Yeah, 6 games.
Okay.
I think they're gonna win tomorrow.
2
And
at
they-
home.
Yeah, 2 at home, and I think they're gonna split on the road,
on the road. And then,
and then they'll
3,
come
4.
come back and
I guess
Fight
Game
it
5
out.
would be at home, wouldn't it?
One of the
Yes,
two.
That'd be
And then
nice.
6 back
eh?
in Florida, and then 7 back in Edmonton.
Yeah. Be nice
So-
to do it at home.
Oh yeah, okay.
nice
I'm gonna,
to do it
I'm gonna
in
change
Florida
it. Game
too,
5.
Pretty sure
Game
nobody
5,
will
so it could
complain.
Nobody will
be
care.
home like the cup in Edmonton.
Yeah. What's your guys' thoughts on the fact that June 20th is when that Game 7 will be played? So you got hockey going until June 20th. Are you guys against that like a lot of people are, or you just not really care? Or does it depend if your team's playing? Because I think
Yeah.
that's a very big
I
factor
think
in all
it's
that.
always if your team's in it. Like
I
you're
think
always gonna
so.
watch. When the Habs did the other year, of course I'm watching. It's
Yeah.
like I got other stuff I want to. It's nice outside. Like you
Got
want-
things to do,
Let's
yeah.
go golfing. Let's do something. But it's like when your team's playing, it's like let's do it. But yes, if your team's not playing, it is kind of like wow. It does kind of go a little deep.
There's a lot.
But-
There's like you said it perfectly. There's so many things you could be doing because it's summertime.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's like the day before summer officially arrives.
But
And I think the other bit is you've already put in so much time watching playoffs
Yeah.
for a long time
You gotta
that
pay it off.
if your team's not in it as it's coming down the wire, like I always felt like I'm pretty spent.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
man,
well,
I was
it's-
watching hockey like every night for a while there. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
well, the girlfriend can't stand it. She's always like, what? How many rounds is there? We've done 2. I'm like, there's 4.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
yeah,
always a lot of jokes
You know?
in there with the partners
Oh, yeah,
being like,
it's always- it's always-
ladies, just so you know, NHL playoffs are starting, so say goodbye to your husband for 3 months.
Yeah,
See
pretty
a lot
much.
of that.
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
Very interesting. So, sounds like Edmonton's in pretty good hands.
I think so.
oh, I'm like
Skinner's hot.
my favorite
keep it
team.
Going,
Here's
you know?
another one. Who do you got winning the Conn Smythe? Who's going to be your playoff MVP? I'm going to see who I got because I think I put a
Jeez,
little
I
tickle
don't
on one of
know.
them.
well, I'm gonna go McDavid.
That's the
For
obvious
sure.
one.
If he does, I mean, chances are, I bet you he will.
Let me
do it.
throw
I
one
mean,
at you here. What about Stuart Skinner?
Yeah, he's in the running if he can put together the next, if he can play
He
like he
proved-
did last.
I
If he
think
can
he's
roll
proved
some, if he
that
does
he is.
shoutouts in the Stanley Cup finals, like if he gets like, then I think he's
The reason
Could
I
be a
ask
big-
is because when he was off, they lost. And then I guess Pickard played really good.
Well, he played awesome.
Oh,
Yeah,
Pickard
got
did
hurt,
pretty
right?
good.
and
yeah,
then
he won.
it was-
He won
and then-
games.
Yeah,
Oh,
but this
yeah.
is what
He
I
kept
mean.
them
He won
going.
like 6
So-
in a row for them, I think it was.
So it showed that Skinner was really, really bad to the point where Pickard had to come in. And then Pickard's gone, and everyone says, well, that's it for the others because there's no way Skinner could do it. And all Skinner did was go on this epic run of not allowing goals for like 3 weeks. In my mind, that makes you look pretty damn valuable if I'm voting for a most valuable player in the playoffs.
I mean, he did have Ottinger in last series. Like Ottinger was playing pretty hot too, and then Skinner stood his ground.
This is
Like-
what I mean. Like, I think
Kane
he's
was there being
I-
Kane, and it was like the guy's got 3 shutouts in 4 games. Like,
This
how
is it.
can you not be?
what
hot
would
and-
Skinner have to do to take it away from McDavid?
Oh, shutouts.
Like,
He'd have to.
the rest
He'd
of the
have
way?
to throw some shutouts down and like.
Yeah,
These
shutouts are like
games.
1 goal a game. With 5-1s.
Steal some games.
Yeah,
One of those
just
games
or
where
like
he's gotta
put on
steal
a
games.
highlight reel like
Yeah.
every night, right?
He makes
Save
me
40
nervous,
shots,
man.
it's
I don't
Crazy.
know.
Well, that's why I asked
He
because
makes me
he's
so
such a wild
nervous.
card.
And
Because
he
this
is.
was- and this
I
was
mean,
the
he's
thing
hot,
last year,
and he's
too,
like,
yeah.
exactly, right?
So I don't know. It might be one of those times where maybe the old goalie steps up and everyone says, you know what? Without this guy, they were screwed. Because a lot of times that's the big argument they have is what's the team look like without this person in the lineup? And that's how they sort of justify being the most valuable athlete in said situation. So I think there might be a good case there for Stuart. And I'm not just saying that because we got $20 on him to win the Conn Smythe.
Oh.
He was paying like 40 to 1.
Oh, yeah.
40 to 1.
Hey?
So about 4 weeks ago, we put that little tickle down, and we'll see what happens. But if
Let's just check the old
Stuart
sports
Skinner comes out-
almanac here, see who wins, huh?
I love that book, and it's got all the actual stuff in there too.
The real deal.
Biff Tannen's
All
still
the
looking
old-
for it, and I'm like,
Is he?
sorry,
You
Biff,
got
you're
it?
not getting that. That's mine, bro.
Nice.
Woo.
Biff Tannen.
That's it. Back to the Future. Love that, man. There's been a couple Back to the Future references this week too, which is very interesting.
I've been watching them lately too. We
Oh,
usually put them on
so
at
good.
night and fall asleep to the old Back
That's
to
the
the
way.
Future.
That is the way. One final thing before we head on out for the day, as we are T-minus about 1 hour and 35 minutes away from Game 1 of your Saskatchewan Roughriders regular season, getting set to host the Ottawa Redblacks in Regina at Mosaic Field on Taylor Field turf. There's like a whole name for it. They still call it Taylor Field. It's like the outside.
Taylor
Mosaic
Field and
Stadium
Mosaic
inside. What's that?
Stadium.
LB's yelling stuff. Say it again. Always looking it up now so he doesn't look dumb. I can't hear you, bud. We got the AC on. Just Mosaic Stadium. They took the Taylor Field right out. I'm learning so much with this new Rider show. The
Yeah.
13th Melon. 6:30 kickoff. We got a little pregame show, hanging out, and then we will be live. Well, I guess we're live for that too, but the watch party will begin. And there's going to be a lot of fun, some snacks, some guests, some predictions. I want predictions from you two jabronis before we go
Who they
today.
playing
The
tonight?
Ottawa Redblacks.
Ooh.
Who you got? Give me a team and a score.
Let's go Riders.
Go Riders.
21-17.
Ooh, a little bit
Oh,
of a
that's
low
what I was
scoring.
thinking in my brain too.
Interesting.
Okay, I'm gonna go. I'll go 24. 24. 24-7.
24/7. That's like how you operate, man. It's going
That's right.
24/7. I like that.
For the Riders, yeah, of course.
And
We're just
I'm
gonna blow them out of the water.
I'm going to go ahead and just do this one for the fans and for the people, everyone who loves Rider Nation. And I'm going to put the curse all over the Ottawa Redblacks. We're going to say Ottawa 35-14.
There you go. Yep, Gary Kirsten.
Again, I don't think it's going to happen, but I'm trying to curse the shit out of Ottawa, so that's how we go.
There you go.
What's that? I forget it already. Like 34, 35, 14, 35, 14? Redblacks.
Rough Riders versus the Rough Riders.
That
Hey,
was-
the old Rough Riders.
That's what Coach Mason
Hey,
Yeah.
said.
how many
Yeah.
8 teams and they have the same name back
Well,
in
Yeah,
Welcome to the
why?
CFL.
Like, wow.
Not
Gotta
only
love
that,
it.
boys. Why would you have 2 divisions and only 9 teams? That's another one that really grinds my gears. Really gets me. Like, if you're going to have 9 teams, just have 1 division.
Yeah, I
Anyway,
mean,
talk for another day. Coach Mazer, I texted him asking for a prediction for tonight, and he says, who's playing? I said, Ottawa and Saskatchewan. And he says, ooh, the Rough Riders versus the Rough Riders. And then he's taking the Regina Rough Riders, 34-24. So there you go.
there we go.
Predictions
Everybody's going like,
There. All right.
except the Gary Curse. Hey.
Let's hope it's
Hey,
still alive.
Go Riders,
Very
huh?
interesting. I forgot.
What? What do we got here? Oh,
Guess-
Oswald's walking connection.
Guess who we had on the
I heard.
yes.
Yes, it was drummer, wasn't it? What's his
bassist.
name? Or bassist?
Gary Mason with 2
Nice.
R's. He brought that unopened cassette of one of our favorite
Collection.
bands of all time.
I think this is the one we had on record. Remember, I dubbed it for us all.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
Unopened.
can't we all just be friends? Wow.
Unopened. That's my new most prized possession. And he handled
Yeah,
it to me
that's
physically.
that's
It was
something
insane.
else.
That's
Wow.
it was the coolest
There
interview.
we go.
The guy's just amazing.
Awesome.
I was so excited to show you that.
That is sweet.
Isn't
buddy.
that sweet? Yeah. They call me quarterback.
Oh yes.
I know you want me in the sack. All right, let's go ahead and wake up Frankie here, LB, because we got a Rider show to get ready for. And the piano is playing. It's Johnny
Oh, yeah, I'll
Factoid.
play.
Thank you so much for stopping by and bringing some Elvis
Thanks for
love
having
and
us.
bringing some records
Me.
in. Always
Us.
love it. To Lambie, great to see you, buddy. So handsome, beautiful prince. Seahawk,
Hey, can I come back tomorrow?
you have to.
Oh, sweet.
It's not an option.
The
'cause
fun table?
you're going to be
Can't
on
wait.
the fun table.
Can't
And
wait.
I think Emily May might be in as well for the fun table.
Oh,
tomorrow,
right
so it might
on.
be
There
a
you
happening little party. And the reason you have to come back as well is because we have to get that first episode of Recovery with Cal up and running so we can launch here in the next couple weeks, which I'm very excited for. So thank you to you and to Auntie for dropping you off and for picking you up. Brody texted saying, hey, I could pick you up. But I'm going to let him know, unless you want to get picked up by Brody.
I'll give him a buzz.
We'll talk. All right, Brody, we're going to call you. We'll figure it out.
Brody.
Handsome prince. Speaking of handsome princes, hey? Ridiculous. To LB, who literally, I might as well just get you caught here, man. Like, he just lives here. He's with all these new shows. He's doing all of it. And I just like, yeah, you go, dog. You get it. So thank you for all that you do, my sweet, sweet prince. Tomorrow, Friday, Fun Table will be in the house, as we just mentioned. We'll have some Seahawk around, Emily May, Uncle Brando, Hardcora, and a lot of fun, as the Fun Table is that. And then the Twitch stream back to Final Fantasy VI with the Phenom and Uncle Brando, as we will be questing some more and talking all the parts. So it's a lot of fun. It's an artistic performance along with some video game playing. Enjoy the hockey. Enjoy a basketball. Man, basketball finals started too. A lot going on.
Hey.
And just enjoy all the awesome sports that are going on, because we're about to lose them all, and then you have to go back to your partners, I guess.
Well,
and family.
I guess ref riders are starting up, so
I
there
guess
we go.
we got a riders that we can watch too.
There you
Again,
go.
6:30,
CFL, huh?
kick time. Oh, what's that? he ordered a pizza. We'll
here.
see. I'm gonna see if I can get us out of it. Oh, he's back. We're good. See, we go live. It's what we do. Thank you. I thought you got another pizza. I was excited for you. But no, we're going to get food and other treats from Smitty's and Butsy's. Thanks to our buddy Brad over there. So that's what's going on. We'll be back on here about an hour and a half. Until then, remember, karma is very, very, very real. Do good things, and they'll start happening to you, all right? Have a great rest of your night.